Hello. So, I guess this video is going to be about uh, brotherlocks. It's a term that I just have come to learn. I've been growing these things in my head for 7 months now, and you get to the point where you're just like, "Am I bored? What the hell have I done with myself? I could just go for a nice haircut, man." It's not like a nice haircut. You go, you get your hair cut, then you get it washed. You feeling yourself, So, I've missed that. I've missed that experience, but I've enjoyed, I guess, the journey of locking. It's just 7 months, and I still have yet to find a groove. I still experimenting and trying different things, and which is pretty cool, but it just gets crazy after a while. You're like, what the hell am I doing? It's just hair. It's supposed to be simple. And I guess the simplest way to do locks is just to freeform. Just to just leave it alone and just let it go. And I'm not about that life. I'm not about just going out here and just having, things just growing just, real abstract on the side of my head. And props to people who are able to do that. I'm not there yet. Now, maybe in a couple of years, maybe I'll just say fuck all of it and just have this pineapple just growing off the side of my head, and just it is what it is. Take it or leave me and my thing alone. But I'm not there yet. So I've gone with the smaller lock route because I figured it'll be something that will be a little bit more manageable, and I thought it worked well with the texture of hair that I have, which is very fine hair. And my locticians, I've had to both agreed that the size was appropriate. It's not like a sister lock, and it's not a traditional medium size like finger size lock. It's pretty small, but it works. I'm just in the phase where it's not that long. It's not really just like short, and I'm just trying to accept it and love it, and I am. I went through a phase about a month ago where I wanted some dimension. I guess I got tired of just like plain these black locks that were not really long, not really short. I figured if I switched the color up a little bit, maybe I would just pique my creativity. So I looked online and I saw that if you used peroxide and baking soda, you could lift your hair color, without really doing any damage. So I tried that. Boom, put that on there. The lightest orangey color right here was all over. And I lived with that for about 2 weeks. Nobody said anything. I don't know, because I'm big, black, and ugly, or I'm intimidating, or what. Nobody ever said, "What the fuck did you do to your head?" Everybody's just like, "Hey, what's going on?" Which was encouraging and concerning all at the same time. Encouraging because it's like, maybe just people are just don't give a fuck, just do you. And then it was concerning because it was like, well, if I do look like shit, I would want somebody to tell me. And nobody said anything. But for me personally, it was just a little too evenly. It was just a little too light all over. So I said, okay, let me bring it back a little bit. So I went in and I darkened the roots, and I left some of that light at the tips, which for me is a little bit more of an ombre, and it works a little better. Adds some dimension without looking like a crazy person. So it works. Again, back to the size. The size is great. I like the size. I wish they were a little bigger. I got lock envy sometimes. I see people with really just like hordes on their head and just like whap-pow. Just it just feels like bam. You just there's some weight to them. These things are just like so light. I guess when they get a little longer, I could do some put two of them together or three of them together, really weight them up a little bit so they have movement. But right now I'm cool with it. And yeah, like I said, I've just found out that they're calling them brother locks. I guess so you don't get offended. I guess sister locks are for sisters, and then bro locks are for bros. But whatever. Is I chose interlocking because of the texture of my hair, and I chose the size lock because of the texture. Not for any other political reasons or whatever. Just purely because of what works and what would work for my lifestyle. I feel like I sweat a lot. And when I were doing the palm roll, they were just like, I pay you $80 for half a head worth of locks. And then 2 days later, it's just looking like a crazy person again. So I need something that's going to hold a little more. And the interlocking has given me that. So, this lighting is not the greatest. It's creating all this shadow. I mean, it's really blown out, but but they hold a lot longer, and it gives the lock an opportunity to lock into itself. So I feel like the interlocking works for me. Although I would have liked the cylinder, smoother look of a traditional lock. The front of my head has always been thin since the day I was born, so I have to take it easy with the front and not do too much manipulation, and kind of allow my hair to not be pulled and be under so much tension. Right now, there's not really an issue. She has managed to grip all of it up. I just as it grows in, you just keep combining it in and keep it cool. The length. This is again 7 months of locks. I started with about an inch of hair, comb coils, and I guess I could spin around and show you the back. Yeah, that's the back of the hair. I'm sure you can see the color, but yeah, that's the back of my head, and that's 7 months of growth. But yeah, at night, another thing, wrapping these things up and try not to have lint in it, and the cotton sheets pull the moisture out. I've gone through so many things as wraps because I really don't like anything on my head. So I found this polyester scarf at the dollar store, Dollar Tree, and I thought maybe this would work because I've gotten really good at this too. So you just kind of like lay it on, you throw it back around, and I go once, I go twice, kind of like tuck that in a little bit, and the back I kind of pull it over and boom, really quick. And I did that for a while, and then I kind of felt a little, like I need to go to the next level because this is hot. And again, I don't really like anything pressing on my head. When I first got them, I tried a do-rag. What do-rags really give me a headache. So then I bought this dread sock, which is like a bag. Ouch. Ceiling fans and tall people, man. It's a dangerous thing. But it's rounded and it allows you to grow into it. So if I had long dreads, I would just swap them back, you get them back there. And then I would just put the dread sock on like so. And it doesn't get any more simpler than that. And sometimes I take this and I put it in a little thing right there and I go to bed. But again, this elastic band, it was just really like, it's so much on my head. I kind of like double it up instead of wearing it down. I kind of like fold it onto itself, and that helps. I mean, it helps. It's really simple, and like I said, it's something that you can grow into, as your locks get longer. And that was an Amazon purchase, and it worked for a while, and then got bored with that. So I I think this one is basically the same concept. It's just much smaller, and you just put it onto your head like so. It works. It was too small and hot. So then I settled on this one, which is kind of like um, cottony satin on one side, and then a sateen like satin on the other side. And I wear, of course, the satiny one on the inside. You slide it down, and I kind of fold it onto itself, and it is the most comfortable. The elastic is not as tight, and it stays on all night. And that's the one I kind of go to most of the time because it is the most comfortable. Um, so yeah, this one I think I bought this on Amazon too. It's kind of cool, and it's the right size. It works. But yeah, so and I wake up and everything's like smashed like this, and then to just kind of waking everything up, of course, oil and water, which don't mix, of course, but you can create some type of emulsification with the oil and water if you shake it enough. And then I kind of like spray everything down and move it with my fingers, and then boom, out the door. Kind of like some type of style. And then boom, I'm out the door. As far as like oils and stuff like that, I have this one I'm using right now. It's a black castor oil infused with rosemary. It seals moisture. It's for it's by Brothers. So it's a black owned company, which really doesn't make much difference, but I hope that they understand black hair. And once a week I'll just boom, just a couple of those and kind of like finger it in like that. Make sure that I get the roots mainly. I don't really want to get the hair too much because the oil works from the root down the hair shaft, but because my hair is interlocked, sometimes it really doesn't get down, so that fingering it through kind of gets it in there. But the water is what really helps disperse the oil through, and it temporarily moisturizes it and allows you to manipulate the hair and get some type of style, and go through your day. And I could use this on a beard too, a little water, a little oil, work that through. Soak my eyebrows down, and then boom, I'm out the door. So the conclusion is dreads are here to stay. The process is great. It's fun. It's 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 worth going on if you're about that life. You have to find a little direction, a little road that's worked for you. More power to my freeformers. My sisters with the sister locks, beautiful. I love it. Brother locks, right on. We in there together. And traditional locks. I mean, if you got that kind of like lock ready hair, you could just do comb coil and boom, you locked up in 4 to 6 weeks. More power to you. And don't let these locticians rob you. Find one that works with you and understands hair and hair health, and develop a relationship that works and promotes positivity, not only with your hair but with your spirit. Because if somebody touching you and manipulating anything on you, they should have good energy. So I've learned that too. So it's just not hair. It's deeper than that. So peace and blessings, and keep growing.